Thank you so much for making the time to be here with me today, and it's just really thrilling to see what you pulled off earlier this week in Sydney. I wanted to just kind of start out by saying, welcome and thank you so much for being part of my Patreon and the timeliness. I went back and looked at dates that you joined like a month ago, and it was like 6 days ago that you and I messaged about some stuff, and you said, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to see Jacob tomorrow." And little did I know, little did either of us know what was going to
Yeah.
happen, and that now I get to be here and chat with you and to get to know you.
Well, g'day from down under. Basically, I remember you putting a comment on your YouTube channel. I was trying to work out an arrangement for Heaven, and then I was struggling a bit because I hadn't found the Mahogany Sessions video yet. And then I just thought I may as well put a comment down, see if you were making an arrangement anytime soon, and you did, so that saved my life. But
Oh, right on.
I'm a student here down at Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, not Sydney. So I study music here at the Australian National University. And I do guitar performance, jazz and contemporary.
Okay.
I don't play much jazz anymore, just because it's kind of burnt me out. But I do more just contemporary guitar.
How long have you been playing guitar, and is that your primary instrument?
Since I was 11, so I've been playing for 10 years now. Um, and that is my primary instrument. I dabble in film scoring and film composition.
Hmm.
So I dabble in piano. Um, and I try my hand at some composition here and there. But guitar's my main thing.
Okay. And with you mentioned the fingerstyle guitar, you've got the acoustic. Would you say now, like, so you kind of left jazz behind, and that the acoustic guitar is more of your main focus?
For sure. I have an archtop and I have a Les Paul and stuff, but I don't play them anymore.
Okay.
And I actually just recently got this one because of the Light for Days album. It was
That's
inspired
when you
by
got this
Jacob.
one?
This is, yeah, just because I love the album and I was like, I want to play that type of music. I want to learn that type of music. I want to write that type of music.
So,
And so I
so
got this
was
one.
was the Light for Days, and I want to get to, like, yeah, like what first brought you to Jacob, and to hear like that the Light for Days was kind of a pivoting moment for you when I mean, you've said twice now that you don't really play jazz anymore, or those guitars. So like, what can you put your finger on what it was that made that shift? And I know you've alluded to the record now, but I'm kind of curious if there's something that preceded that.
Yeah, I think there was. I think I've just cut myself while shaving just earlier. But if you can,
And that
you
changed
have
your
this
whole
right
guitar
there.
world?
Pardon?
And that's what changed your whole guitar world?
That is, I think that when I cut myself, I accidentally dropped the razor and it fell on a play button, which was a Light for Days album, and that's what got me started.
Seriously?
Nah, yeah, I'm kidding. So,
Yeah, I was like, that's
basically,
not, I've never heard that. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to duplicate that if I tried.
no, I don't think you could.
Yeah.
So I think Jesse Volume 4 started listening to it like 100,000 Voices and stuff like that, and Little Blue. I started liking Jacob's music then,
Hmm.
when that came out, but I wasn't like overly enthusiastic. I love he's crazy. Everyone knows Jacob. Like everyone at School of Music knows Jacob.
Yeah.
Um, like every musician knows Jacob, really, right?
Yeah.
But not everyone actually sits down and listens to all his albums, which I hadn't done. I just like knew he was an incredible musician, and I hadn't actually sat down and listened to his albums, his discography. And when The Light for Days came out, I ended up clicking on it saying, "Oh, Jacob released a new album. Let me give it a listen." I love that it was just so raw. It was just him, a guitar most of the time. Well, more than one guitar and more than one hymn. But it was like in essence him and a guitar. Besides for something heavy, which was keys. Which I just thought that was so cool. It reminded me of Alan Gogol, who's
Oh, yeah, yeah.
a
He does
guitarist
all the
here.
harmonics and the.
Yeah. Actually, this guitar was built by someone who built a guitar for Alan Gogol, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, because Alan's Australian as well. Yeah, so that's what that album got me started on Jacob. I like just listened to that over and over again.
Yeah, it is really interesting. Jacob's music, because it's, it's like musicians know who he is because of what he's capable of, and then albums genre wise can be so all over the place in a good
Cool.
way. Like, we're so broad that, like, when somebody's like, well, so who's this Jacob guy? What does he sound like? Put on a song, and it's like, then I need to go, what do you normally listen to like to pick where
Yeah.
to start somebody, and then the musicians might go, oh, I really love his arranging, or I really love his producing, or I love his piano playing, or I love his bass playing. And then there's the guitar. It's like people kind of have their favorite aspects, and then the broad general appreciation of what is possible.
Yeah.
And and I think your story about here in the light for days is similar to mine in that it was funny. I just a memory popped up on Facebook that it was 5 years ago, just a few days ago. 5 years ago was the first time I ever posted after somebody had told me about Jacob, and I went down the rabbit hole and watched a bunch of videos, and I was just like, "What? Who is
Yeah.
this guy? And what is he?" You know, just like mind blown. But at that point, I wasn't seeing acoustic guitar stuff. It was just like musician appreciation, and then when Little Blue came out, being able to see what he was doing and hear it, because like I've been playing in altered tunings fingerstyle guitar for I joked with this with Jacob on a Patreon call. I said I've been doing that thing for longer than he's been alive. So
Yeah.
but he was doing things that I was not accustomed to hearing. It's like I just associated it as though as like he's speaking my language with much bigger words that I don't understand.
Mhm.
So it was like my way inside. If I listen to a vocal arrangement that's just like dense and so many moving parts, I'm like, my mind's blown, but I don't know how to get in the front door to like wrap my head around what's going on. And Little Blue, just the guitar, I was like, I can see it, I can hear it, and just getting under the hood of what he was doing, I was like, I want to know that side of it, because like I
Yeah.
wasn't like studying Jacob on a technical level so much in the sense that I was like, what he's doing with his left hand and right hand are not foreign to me, but where he goes was foreign to me. And so it was I was moved in this much the same way as you, and the fact that you've associated that you don't, if this timeline is overlapping with you not really playing jazz anymore, or maybe that faded before the razor cut.
Yeah.
But like when you find that new thing that lights a fire and you're like, oh no, that speaks to me and I want to do that. Like I
Yeah.
had that experience almost 30 years ago with a guitarist named Michael Hedges, where it was like I played electric guitar before that, and then eventually it was like, nah, I don't really play that anymore. I want that. I want to go in that direction. So it's really cool when we find artists that do that, and that we just kind of take to it right away. So so this is really for you. It's really been since this summer, since this fall, since the record came out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I wasn't the hugest. I mean, I just hadn't listened to Jacob. Like, if I had like properly sat down and listened to all his albums, I would have probably been a bigger fan before this. But yeah, Light for Days really caught my eye, just because it was my instrument and it was Jacob Collier, who's just crazy. And he just, I don't know how he goes from. I thought he was primarily piano and bass,
Hmm.
and he just does this crazy thing with the guitar, and I just thought that was mind blowing.
And I
So
would say that
yeah,
piano and bass and is his primary. I mean,
yeah,
and obviously guitar is becoming more and more so. To me, it's like the way the guitar and the 5 string guitar and in this tuning and the way that he plays, it's really kind of like playing piano on a guitar. It's like
that's what I thought
the
as well.
chords and the
Voice reading. Yeah.
chord inversions, the voice leading, and I had told him that as well. I was like, that's what's so different. You can play an alter tuning and have movable shapes, but like there's this intention behind all of the chord inversions, and I went back and I realized, like I had never tuned, the D string up a whole step, to like, I don't typically like adding tension to the guitar neck, but like I have multiple songs that are in CGD on the lowest three, so that in fifths, and I've been doing that for decades, but I realized I never unpacked all the inversions, and
Yeah.
that it was like that's the thing that just kind of like opened the floodgates, and I was like, it's all right there, it's all within reach, and you can do so much. So it's really cool to find that new vocabulary, and for you to like hear that record and be inspired. Is this the first Jacob song you've learned?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is the
Okay.
first I've learned. Actually, fun fact, this guitar has a little inlaid. Butterfly.
Oh, no
See
kidding.
that?
That's
Yeah.
serendipitous.
And that was the first song I learned on this guitar. So
Oh my,
there
so
you go.
yeah, that's right. Because that guitar is that new to you.
This is that new, yeah. So I literally got this 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Like this is brand new. And the first song I learned on this was Heaven Butterflies, and it has a butterfly inlaid on it.
That's
Which I
perfect.
think is just so cool, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So then I assume this was also your first Jacob concert.
This was my first Jacob concert, and my golly gosh, it was incredible.
Wasn't it Sydney, the one where he did the THX sound effects audience choir, where they had everyone pick a chord, they had a chord and then go to the note farthest away, and then wasn't that
Yeah,
Sydney?
exactly. Yeah, it was, yeah. He
Okay.
did that again.
The what?
He did that again. So
He
he's
did
just
it.
doing
Okay.
yeah, so he said that we were on his album, or the last city we were on his album where he did that thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna do it again, guys. So then he recorded us doing the furthest away note stuff,
Oh, that's so
which is really
cool.
cool. Yeah, really fun.
So you got this jazz music university background and aware of Jacob, hear the new record. And was Heaven Butterflies the one that just kind of jumped out to you first
No,
as the
actually.
one that you wanted to start with?
So that was just because he released that and the other one, what's it called? I've
Oh,
forgotten
the
now. But
keep an eye on summer that came out first.
yeah, yeah. So Keep an Eye on Summer that came out first. Keep an Eye on Summer was just caught my eye. So I thought I could try with Heaven Butterflies just to start learning. But then he'd released the whole album. And then Tom Thumb was my favorite on that. I mean, a lot of them are really Icarus, Something Heavy. They're all really great.
So Heaven Butterflies was the first one, and how did you find the tutorial? I mean, like you eventually found that, commented on there, and then found me over on Patreon. And
I I think I found I Know a Little, right? You didn't I
uh,
Know a Little?
yeah,
Yeah. I think I found I Know a Little.
because that actually
And
was a Yeah, that single came out before.
so I found I Know a Little. I found it because I was looking up just like covers, whatever I could find of because I didn't know that he had the Mahogany Sessions. I was
Mhm.
trying to find them of the Light for Days album. And then I stumbled upon your video on it, like a YouTube short of it, and then I clicked on the main video from it.
Oh, okay,
Um, and I just thought, oh, well, this guy's seems to be making some Jacob Collier content, which is really cool. I
all
thought
right,
I'd comment,
thanks.
see if you wanted to do Heaven as well. And I kept looking around, and I found a little. You posted something about the chords of Heaven as well. It was like a YouTube short, but I couldn't find the main video, and so
I did the shorts first. I did like a chorus, just the chords of the chorus as a short, and the
yeah,
chords of a verse, and I hadn't done the bridge yet, which the bridge is like probably my favorite
the
part of the whole record.
yeah, the bridge is so beautiful.
And it's like the tutorials just take a considerable amount of time just to like
I'd imagine. Yeah,
it's like having the song all figured out, but then like what how detailed to get. And I'm curious to get into this with you, based with your music school background and you coming into it, because I think a lot of people that want to learn how to play like Jacob, like at first I was always like, I don't know if I'm going to understand this music. Like like I have a music minor, like, but I my head's in the theory world, but not so deep that I can write a thesis on it. But that's why when I heard Jacob's arrangements, I was like, okay, now he's speaking my language and I can understand this. And there's probably much other of his other stuff that I would not be able to even comment on. So to find that and then to take his songs and unpack it in a way that, knowing that you maybe have more a little musical background than many, but trying to like find a way to teach this stuff to say it's not as hard as it sounds when you think of the luxuries that we have on guitar, the movable shapes and things
yeah.
like that. Like, so when what was it like for you learning it in the way, in that format, in a video? Had you learned songs from videos before, and knowing that you also study it in a classroom?
Well, I started off with YouTube. Like those great guys, Marty Schwartz music.
Oh, okay, so when you first were getting going.
When I first was getting on, I started, yeah, with those guys. and then I started getting lessons. So I'd learned from the video format for quite a number of years. Pretty much every solo I learned in high school was from a video. But I just thought that the Jacob like voice leading, the actual like inversions that he's using, I just thought I may as well try and find something a little bit easier because I was strapped for time. Um, and I don't even know how you did it. Like in the amount of time you did, I remember commenting, "Could you do an arrangement of this?" And then literally a couple weeks later, you hit it out, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
Well, and
I
I
was
think,
I was very impressed.
oh, well, it's like I definitely have spent a good amount of time these last 2 years deep diving, and I don't know that I've come up for air yet, but that's why when
Yeah,
I knew this record was coming, because before I was just kind of cherry picking songs, some of which like the sun is in your eyes is old, and there's a couple other people who have unpacked those. So I was like, I'm just going to keep plugging away one at a time,
So,
and then trying to like
okay.
as I was saying, like trying to find the format that speaks not necessarily to the most people, like trying to find a way to deliver like it's like we're not learning how to play kumbaya here, so we do have to be willing to learn a few things that are a little bit more challenging, but I'm always like, stick with me because it's not as hard as you might think. So you learned a lot from, and I know like Marty Schwartz, like it's really kind of like watch. It's like here it is, here it is,
yeah,
here's the shape, here's the shape, and that's when you're speaking in standard tuning, and you don't have to explain what the shapes are. So there's a luxury
yeah,
in that. You're like C shape, G shape, D shape, and everybody that plays knows what that is. While here, I feel like explaining Jacob in this new tuning, got to explain the tuning. You got to explain the difference in the shapes. And I can tell you where to put your fingers, but I also want you to understand the thing that's so great is the inversions and what is an inversion. And so then it's like, some people are like, stop talking, just show me the shapes. So I'm always
yeah.
like, okay, I can't speak to everybody, but going back to like, learning through the tutorial, and you had done that before. You obviously have a considerable amount of theory background doing jazz, right?
Yeah, I mean, like the theory part of it wasn't too bad. The bridge is pretty amazing though.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob's music, I think the following, like Jacob's audience. Like I was in the line for general admission for his concert, and I was just asking, "Hey guys, I have a question. Is everyone here a musician?" And everyone in the line was a musician of
Yeah.
some form. So I think like everyone who kind of listens, the majority or a lot of Jacob's audiences are just musicians. Just because we appreciate how incredible his music is.
Yeah.
Um, so when you're making a tutorial like that and you're putting together like, oh, these are the inversions to try and get people to understand it, and this is the tuning, and this is why this is important. I think a lot of Jacob fans appreciate that because I don't think like most people who are like trying to learn, I don't know, a Taylor Swift song. Nothing against Taylor Swift, love her music, but like a bit easier chord progression wise compared to Jacob Collier,
Yeah.
they'd be wanting to learn that element of it because that's what makes his music, right?
Yeah. And especially
Yeah,
on a solo guitar, it's like you playing jazz, you know that you play inversions because the bass players, you know,
yeah,
doing a walking
exactly.
bass line, and you're like, I'm only doing triads, or I'm doing the root, the third and the seven, and or whatever, approach you take. It's like that is not a new concept if you're in the jazz world, but if you're coming from GCD chords
Yeah,
and need to like, it's yes, it's new shapes, but they're easier shapes.
it's hard to figure out Jacob chords like when you're listening to his music compared to shapes that I would understand in standard tuning.
Hmm.
Like if I hear a chord in standard tuning, it's like pretty easy to know what chord that is, and then I can kind of locate where it is on the guitar, and then that's pretty easy. But with Jacobs, he was using that tuning with the capo, and it has it's a five string. I when I first listened to it, I didn't realize he had a five string.
Same
So I
same
was
with
trying
me.
to
The first
listen.
time I saw
Yeah,
Little Blue, I was like watching his fingers. I don't know how many times before I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah. He has a five. I didn't realize that, and when I was listening to his, like he does like full strums of all the strings, and I was like, that's not something's not adding up here right now.
Yeah.
Um, so like with what I'm hearing and what I'm playing here, so I was struggling there with that tuning and the chords that he was using.
And what
Yeah, like
he's
hearing what
doing.
the chords are and actually what he's playing, because like I couldn't tell the tuning entirely just because I was like, oh, he's doing a full strum. I can probably figure out from this. And then, oh wait, there's only 5 notes that I'm hearing right now,
Yeah.
so I can't even figure out the tuning is in. And then I realized that he had a 5 string, and then it all made sense afterwards. Sorry.
Well, like in jazz, you're
Yeah.
primarily playing in standard tuning, but had you experimented with alter tunings at all before?
Not really ever, actually.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
I stumbled into Open D one time. It was fun. Not really like because I didn't know what to do with it. I was just like it was kind of a very ambient tuning for me. I was just messing around.
Hmm.
And then I kind of just like I've been pretty hardcore standard tuning guy, and now I don't play in standard tunings at all after that album. So it's
It's
changed entirely how I look at my guitar now.
that's I mean that's the same. Like when I mentioned Michael Hedges, um, I was in high school when I first heard him, and I knew my GCD chords just fine. And like he came out and opened the show, and I was like I had no idea you could do that on a guitar. And from there, at that point, I was just like I'm turning around with my guitar and I'm going that way. No, like everything that I did before that, just I'm gonna leave that there and I'm gonna go over here. So I totally resonate with that feeling. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see all the other things that you're going to discover, in Jacob and otherwise. So I mean, now I think I really do want to get to just how the whole thing happened. You talked about being in the line, going to the show, and asking, people if they were musicians, and you've told me a little bit about it. But did you plan to show up there with a sign? Did you come with a sign to like say, "Can I play with you?" And
I saw a video of someone playing I Know Little. Have you seen that video on Instagram with him?
where
It's a
somebody
fan.
else comes and plays, or what?
Yeah, a fan comes up and plays I Know Little.
I don't know
Um,
that I've seen. Did they play on piano though?
yeah, on piano. Yeah.
Okay, because I think I've only seen fans come up and play piano.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's what
I think you're the
I've
first
done
person that's
as
asking
well.
for a guitar.
I don't know, but I mean that would make sense because it's a 5 string, so it's all funky.
Yeah,
But um,
he looked
yeah, so I
surprised to me on your headcam video. He looked surprised that you asked for the guitar.
I had a little guitar drawn in case you couldn't get the memo. Here's the sign,
Oh, you did. Oh, okay, that was like the hint.
and there's a little guitar drawn there.
Can I play Heaven Butterflies with you, please? Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So there's a little guitar drawn and some butterfly stuck on. But I realized that the sign was folded so the guitar's like facing that way, and he was looking at it from that way. So I don't think he saw the guitar at all.
Okay.
So when I went up and I was like, "Can I play the guitar?" I think that's why I was just a little surprised. So I was learning the song just for the sake of learning. I loved the album, and I just wanted to go through each one. I really want to learn Tom Tom next
Mm-hmm.
because I think the arrangement for that's awesome.
I've got
Um,
it all charted out. I just haven't gotten it
no
done yet,
way! I'm
or
so
like
happy. That's
to
so
create a
good.
video.
Can't wait. So yeah, so I was just learning that, and then I saw that video like a little while ago. And it put an idea in my head. I was like, what if that could be fun? That could be fun to try my luck. But I obviously pushed it aside, like, oh, it's all right. I'll just learn the song. And the day before, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna commit to this. I'm gonna go buy a poster board and just make it just for the sake of making it, try my luck. And I thought I was going crazy. Like, why would I do this? This is such a waste of time. Because I
Because
spent like a
this
good
is it's
hour
all
or two
been
on this
within the
now.
last week, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, I started learning it on the Sunday, like the song on the Sunday, and then I played it on the Thursday. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'd only like started learning it and then ended up playing it with Jacob within less than a week
So I
or
think
4 days.
there's like to me there's like these three big takeaways just from the reality of that. It's like,
Yeah,
and granted, you've got a music background, but like the and that you had never done it on 5 string until that moment.
yeah,
So that being the last thing, but like is that the song is, aside from the bridge is like the exception, and then you had the technical ability to do that fast lick, which I
hmm
loved hearing the crowd cheer for that.
That's such a cool video. I love that video. I've got a
And
little clip of
before
it.
that, you did the da na 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 na,
Yeah,
the little
and they like
slide,
it.
which is on the record, but I have not heard him do it when he plays solo. Like he doesn't do it on the Mahogany sessions. So people cheered at that
I thought
first.
he did do it on the Mahogany sessions.
No,
I don't know where I got it from. I just like ended up playing it one day.
well, I mean, that is in my. I showed in the tutorial how to do it and change the fingering to be able to do it, but he did not do it on the mahogany
Right, right.
sessions. So that was the first time I was like, what does he do when he plays this live? Like, how many of these parts does he replicate? That's where I was like, oh, okay, he didn't do it at least that time, and I think I'd seen a couple other videos where he had not done it, and so that was in the tutorial, but then you did that, and then you got to the lick and nailed that, and the crowd freaked out.
Broken a string.
Oh, tuning it up
I was
to
just
A.
trying to tune it up. Yeah, I was just trying to tune it up to A. That's classic.
This is where you need the .020.
I know. This is what I didn't use on this, but
Or a
that's
5-string.
right. I can use the top 3 strings anyway.
Yeah, so you did the lick, and then, and I don't remember, did the band come in? Yeah, the band was in by the time you got to the bridge. Because
Yeah,
I also think that, other times I've seen fans play with him, like maybe he does a verse and a chorus. I don't know that he does the full song when there's.
Really.
I mean, I think I've
I
probably
lucked
maybe I've
out.
seen a couple different ones, but the fact that you got as far as you did, and then it was like, yeah, band's coming in, and then you play the bridge, and you get to that last D7 chord or the D7 shape, and he's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'll show you a video
Like it
quickly.
was like
Yeah.
you just played that really complex section, which was
This is-
so cool.
My favorite part of the whole thing, I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it properly from the screen, but I played the little thing that he does on the mahogany session. So when he goes up,
And the hammer on, yeah,
yeah, and so when I did that,
he like nodded at that too, right?
that was so fun to see. I just like I wanted to smile, but I was so locked in, so I wasn't smiling the whole time. I realized, but I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Because
That
yeah, he
was so
pointed
fun.
at you. It's like every
And
little
then-
Jacobism that you nailed them, and it was so great. And you did all the work to like. Well, I guess going back to how you learned it in like 4 days or 5 days, it's like that the shapes were not that complicated. You obviously had to do it to, like, memorization is tricky, and then it's like
Yeah.
the geography of the neck, especially that bridge. It's like because you're jumping into these non-standard places and to get all those shapes and then to have the courage to get up there and the experience and confidence to nail it first time ever on a 5-string guitar in front of that crowd. So just kudos to you. I think it's so great. I was going to say, again, you did all that work, but in a way to a student, I'll just say, like, as somebody who has been inspired to learn what he's doing and then to share it, to see you learn it and basically have the ultimate path to like doing something with what you learned. Like you kind of hit the pinnacle like right out of the gate in your first week. So I was just like a kind of like a proud teacher moment for a student I had never met.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I think it's so great.
I started learning it on the Sunday, and then I played it with Jacob on the Thursday or the Sunday night because I had no time. I just came out of assessment week for uni.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I had no time at all because I also study engineering. I do a double degree. So we have a double degree.
Yeah,
pathway,
yeah. You've got nothing but time on your hands, right?
Oh yeah, nothing but time. It was pretty dreadful assessment week, and so I had no time to do anything. So you arranging that for me just took off a huge load, and I'm very thankful for that. There's no way I could have like arranged it in the 4 days that I had before the concert of my holiday.
Oh,
Like I literally just I had time. I literally only had time to learn a song. There's no way I could have made the arrangement, and thank you for that.
yeah. You're so welcome.
That saved my butt. Yeah.
But what you said,
But,
it wasn't until like the day before where you're like, I'm going to make a sign and see if I can play with him. Like you didn't know that when you were learning the song that you were learning it with the
Yeah.
plan or the idea that maybe I could get up on stage.
I wasn't like I hadn't planned it out or wasn't committed to it. Like it was like I saw the video and I was like that would be really fun to do one day.
Yeah.
But it certainly wasn't at all on my list of things for that week to do. And then on the Wednesday, I just thought I may as well go buy a sign, like a poster board, and then cut together some foam, which my mum helped me out with, which was really lovely. So,
That's great.
yeah. And I had it done by like 9 p.m. the night before, and I caught a train up to Sydney at about 7 a.m. 9 p.m. the night before.
And you got up there after the journey. You got up and you ended up getting it relatively early. Like the line was not that long by the time you got there, so you were able to get pretty far up on the main floor.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, like there wasn't much of a line for the general admission up until like 15 minutes before doors open. We got there early because I had the sign. We got there like an hour and a half earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and we were about like sixth in the line, something like that.
So
Um,
where was so you got up front, you had your sign. Like how far into the show did what was that when you got up there? Like how I'm curious like how long you're there doing this and not knowing if it's going to happen and like how soon did it happen? Was it first set, second set or was it one long show?
um, it was one long show, but he played Bridge Over Troubled Water as a solo thing.
Mhm.
So the band hopped off, and I wasn't expecting to play Heaven for that show because it was the Volume 4 tour. But luckily enough, the show before was in Brisbane in Australia, and he had played it with his band.
Mhm.
So it was like lucky that I chose Heaven as that song as
So I
well.
mean you got word that he had done the song in the show
Yeah,
and
I had no idea that he did it until after.
oh okay.
So yeah, so like, but it was lucky because I had chosen the right song that his band had also rehearsed for the show, and they were already going to play most likely,
Yeah.
probably on the set list. And I pulled out the sign right during Bridge Over Troubled Water, and he did this crazy like keys thing with a synth and a vocalizer. I just thought it was crazy.
Yeah, I
But then he
love that.
looked
I love
down.
the when he does
Yeah,
that and
I love it. It's so cool. And he just like he was like looking up at the audience, and he'd like peek down at my sign every now and then. Um, and then that's when he finished that song, and he got out and he was like talking to everyone, and then he started engaging with the audience a little bit. Took a
mhm.
little bit of a break from music, and he signed that person's croc and got the band to sign it, which I had also signed. She had gotten everyone in the line to sign that croc, in black,
Oh,
and
that's
then
right. I
she
did
got,
see that where it was like, "Oh, you want the whole band." And so he like
yeah, exactly, and then she got the whole band signed with gold instead of black.
mhm.
And so when the band was signing it, he started talking about his Life for Days album, and then I saw him put the capo on third fret, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
Here
That's
it
funny.
comes.
And I thought that he was just gonna play it himself, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be cool to see. But he wouldn't acknowledge my sign. That's okay. And then he started talking
But
about.
you're still standing there with it, right?
I'm still standing there with it, looking at him. And he
Yeah.
starts talking about Life for Days, and he's like, one of those songs on that album was Heaven Butterflies. And then he said, I see a sign out here, that says, can I play Heaven Butterflies with you, please? And he said, do you want to come up? And that's when I was like, what? No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so I tried to jump the barricade. I fumbled around with the barricade because it was quite high. My friend next to me had to lift my foot over it. And then I think I could have gotten on the stage fine, but a security guard I think saw me fumble with the barricade and yanked me up onto the stage as well.
It's
So it
like
was a
we
bit of
we don't want
a
a cracked skull here in the process.
no, exactly. So that was really fun. And then from then on, I have the cap cam footage.
Well, it's like you had the. I mean, were you recording other stuff, and you're like, I'm going to have this because I want to capture stuff at the show,
Yeah, so
or
I
was
brought
it
it
like,
along.
if I get on stage, I want to be sure to turn this thing on?
I had the idea, oh, what I could literally wear this if I got on stage. And so I went and bought a cap from the store.
That
It's
was
like
new,
45
just
bucks.
for
That was,
just for,
yeah, it's right here actually.
so
I
so
bought it
much
just for the
newness.
show. And so it cost me 45 Australian dollars, which is, I don't know how much USD that is.
For a priceless experience.
For a priceless experience, it's true. It was an expensive cap. But here's the cap. I bought it on the day. And I thought that I could clip it on because I have a little cap clip as well. And I thought like I may as well be prepared. Like even if it's like a 1% chance I go on with him, like I may as well plan it through. And so that's when I also thought I should probably play a 5 string about now. But Australia literally doesn't stock any 5 strings. I couldn't find a single one in Canberra or Sydney.
Yeah.
Um, So I ended up finding the 6 string version of the guitar at a guitar store, and I went to play that to try it out. So
Oh,
that
it
I
was the
think that
Jacob Collier model, but the six
it was
string.
a Jacob Collier model, but it was a 6 string version.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to just feel the size because his guitar's like it's a grand concert body, right?
Yeah.
My guitar's a lot smaller. Like mine's a double O, it's very small.
Oh, but you said it's
And
got a
his
fingerstyle neck, right? So is it a slightly
it does,
wider
yeah.
neck?
So everything's a bit wider.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for you to be new to the acoustic and as well, and if that's like if that fingerstyle neck is like the 1 3/4, while the Taylor neck, so I was like when I got this, it's the same neck that I have on my other Taylor that I've had for 30 years. And so like the size of the neck and the size of the guitar, that's a grand concert, same size as this essentially. And the neck is the exact same size. But I know like if I take a fingerstyle guitar neck that's slightly wider, or like even a nylon string classical, sometimes like my fingers don't land in the right place. Or it's just like a
Yeah,
little bit off the finger. It's like, oh, it's so weird. So when I got this, I was like, I wonder what it's gonna feel like. And I think it's enough of it. It's because it's more distance. Like they found their home even faster. And I guess going back to how you hadn't even been able to try it on a 5 string because you were using the DAE AAD tuning, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which is why you broke
Double
your
that.
third string here at the
Yeah.
beginning of the interview.
Not necessary anyway. Now it's just a 5 string, so I'm
Yeah. But I think it's a testament to the 5 string of just like it's your fingers take to it pretty quickly. Especially if obviously you got to know that the chord language or the chord shapes that go along with it so conveniently.
yeah,
So for
exactly.
you to get up there and be handed that guitar, going, I don't know how this is going to go because I've never played this thing, and then
Felt really natural though.
I think again like the lick in the second verse, because like when you learn it on the 6 string, you have to skip a string.
Yeah.
That you do the
That's what I was worried about. I thought I
it's
would
like those first eight the first 8 beats or whatever 8 notes are on the top 2 strings, and on the 5 string it just goes down to the next strings, but then you have to skip a string on the 6 string, and you nailed it all.
yeah, I thought I would accidentally play that on the E string, the middle to E string. That's what I was thinking. And I thought that I would just like play the wrong string entirely, but it was fine and I ended up playing it fine.
Yeah.
I think it's easier on a 5 string just because it goes straight up the strings one by one.
So yeah, so you get up there and you do it, and again we kind of talked about all Jacob's reactions and the crowd's reactions to all the different things that were so signature. Because
There's
a lot
one
of times
reaction that
when
you haven't might have not seen.
what's that?
There's the band reactions which you might have not seen.
No.
Um, if you zoom in on I think one of the videos I sent you, you can see each of the band members when I do the lick.
Uh-huh.
And
They
it's
all
just
look at
so
each
nice
other.
seeing all like yeah, they all like
Yeah. For the band to acknowledge that, it's because it's like I think when other people come up and accompany Jacob and play piano, they're kind of doing their piano thing to Jacob's song, while
yeah,
you were doing Jacob's thing on Jacob's instrument while he was making up something different.
on the
And
piano, yeah.
nobody really expects somebody to come up and replicate what Jacob does.
Mhm.
And that's like you sent me that video. Probably I mean, with the time change, it might have been a couple hours after the concert or
Yeah, it was about
whatever,
2 hours after the concert.
so, and it was funny because it pops up from Patreon, it pops up, and I only saw the first part of the message. You said something like you helped make my dream come true, and I saw that, and then I think it was a separate message, and you said I played the song on stage, and that's all I saw on the notification. I was like, oh, he learned it, and he had a show, and he played it. Cool, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I opened Patreon and like saw the whole thing, I was like, he played it on stage with Jacob, and then he sent me the link to the video of the first one from the crowd. Was that our friend in the crowd?
Yeah, yeah, it was. I didn't know they were even coming. So they sent me a video after and they're like, Mert, you're awesome, you legend.
Oh yeah.
Which-
Oh, because
I had a
that
bunch
video
of
was a
friends
little bit
message.
farther back, so they weren't people
Yeah.
that you were with.
They weren't people that I didn't even know they were coming. So
Okay.
it was nice to see the message. And I had some friends up at the very back row
Okay.
um,
And
send me
then
a couple of videos and some
to
messages.
follow it with the head cam video of seeing your
Yeah,
perspective of looking back and forth, and it was like I've said it numerous times. It was so cool.
I don't think anyone's brought a cap cam on to play with Jacob, so that was certainly fun. So I ended up getting on stage. I said, "My name is Mert, Mert." I spelled it out for him.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I spelled it out because I ended up having to do that because everyone calls me Matt or Max.
Yeah, but you said that to
Yeah,
Jacob.
yeah. I just said my name is Mert, Mert, and he got it right. Um,
Okay.
well, right in the English sense. If Jake is watching this, I'm sorry, you pronounced my name wrong, but that was okay because I told you that was my name.
Yeah, you can't expect to like know the
Yeah,
dialect and know the
no,
origins,
absolutely
cultural
not.
origins. But
Um, but then yeah, everyone just got the spelling right, which was funky.
yeah,
And then he posted on Jacob HQ.
yeah.
And the
And
social
do you
media
know where
one,
that write up is from? Like the text that's on that?
it's from a review place.
Okay, so like
And,
they incorporated that from somebody else's.
Music Kingdom Australia, yeah.
Okay.
So it was a Music Kingdom Australia review, I believe.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I think it's it's like people always talk about all the special moments in a Jacob concert, and most of the time it's due to what Jacob does, musically, what he does on a kind of, I don't want to call it spiritual level, but like just what the spirit that he brings, of who he is and all these magical moments,
it brings the
and
spirit of music along with
yeah,
all his
and for that writer to comment on just like his just being so gracious, and again, like seeing your headcam video of like, can I have the guitar in DAEAE tuning? And
yeah.
I swear it seemed like he hesitated for a second, like nobody's ever asked me for this guitar before.
Yeah.
And that might have just been me, but I was just like it seemed like a surprise to him, and yet again it's like Jacob doesn't fail to like just show how gracious he is, and he put it
Yeah.
in some really capable hands.
He
So
was so nice to just like playing with him when I was on stage. Every time I would do anything like remotely from the song, like if I played like when I played that
the little
seven
hammer
chord
on.
and the hammer on as well, like he would just like look at me and smile or something like that. And then when I wasn't as well, I noticed in the video when I was just doing my own thing, trying to focus on the song. He would like every now and then he would be playing something, and then when something was gonna come up, he would look at me like lean over
Like, are you
to see
gonna
if I was
do
gonna
the
play it.
thing?
Yeah, and then he'd smile if I did it. And then I think a lot after a few of those things had come by, where he like leaned over and I did the thing that he was expecting me to do. I think that when the lick came, he was pretty confident that I was probably going to do it, and then he pointed
Oh, did
when
okay? I'm gonna have to watch that
right when I
again.
did the yeah. So he like as soon as the lick came up, he like looked over and was like, "Is he going to do it?" And then he like points as I'm about to do it, and then I do it, and then he
Yeah,
smiles. Yeah, and I thought that was such a cool thing to see. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
so
mean,
that was like
it's interesting. Like when you hear somebody play guitar, you can tell pretty quickly. Not to say that it's going to tell us that any particular guitar player is going to know all the parts, but you could tell right away that the guitar was in capable hands. And going, if you spent that much time, because you start out, you did the finger rate, you did all the other little, you know,
yeah.
and the pulsing. So right away, it's like it was obvious right away, and probably to Jacob, like he has paid attention to detail as opposed to like, and that's part of like in these tutorials. It's like we can break down all the detail, which doesn't have to mean necessarily technique, but it's like sometimes you learn a song and everyone's got their own strumming pattern and how they might feel it, and which I think is really important too for people to do things in their own way. But it's like right from the onset, it's like like I've paid attention to what the intention was and what Jacob did, and you're doing it. So I think it was like, okay, I think he's learned this thing
Yeah.
in a way to really duplicate it.
Well, I had a bunch of people find me on TikTok, like they like some found my Instagram through TikTok, and then message me like, "Oh, I have a video of you playing from this
Okay.
angle," and like I have like videos from all over the crowd now, which is just super
So
fun to like
cool.
see everyone watching me. Yeah, that's so fun to see. But here's the maybe you can cut to it in the interview video. Here you go. Yeah.
It's like he knew. He just knew. Here it comes.
Yeah, he's like, here we go. That was so fun. Oh yeah, I was so locked in. I was like, just on playing up into the lick. I was like, this first part of the song I cannot mess up. Like all the way up to the lick, I can't mess this up. So I was just so locked in. And if you look at the video, I'm not smiling at all. I'm just like there concentrating, just trying to
So
get through the
I haven't
song.
seen. I mean, I haven't seen like. I only saw the video from far back, and then your perspective, so I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
see your face.
Oh, can you not? Oh, there you
No.
go. So you'll see it when I post it on Insta, but like I'm not smiling at all pretty much the
Mhm.
whole time. And then once I get the lick done, I just feel so relieved.
Yeah, you're
And then
like, I
you
made
can
it this
see
far.
the
Everything
smile,
else is
and then I started
gold.
enjoying it. Yeah, I was like, okay, everything else is chill now. We're fine. And then like I started smiling. Like I noticed the band when the band came with the backing vocals. Aaron and Parajita when they came in, I was like, oh, they just sound so incredible, and everyone just
Yeah,
sounds so good right now. We're killing it. And you can see the smile on my face up until the very end. From
yeah.
then,
It's like once you get past that the initial nerves,
I like
like
learned how to smile. Yeah.
yeah, we're into this, and I feel comfortable. I know what I'm hearing. I know what I feel, and what feels awkward, but I know how to adjust for it. And
hmm
and you got a few of those nods from Jacob, and you're like, okay, let's see
Yeah,
this all the
and I
way.
had adjusted to the guitar as well, and the guitar wasn't so unfamiliar at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was totally chilling out. I still like felt quite nervous because the audience choir mess up was quite embarrassing. I was trying to play the harmonies out, and I wanted to sing them, but I didn't know how to signal for the audience to sing what I was playing. And then I also realized that it was a fifth. It was D then A, and I
Hmm.
played a minor third, not a third, at one point. And I can see Jacob's face go
Yeah.
in the video when I played the minor third. Oh no, it was a. I think maybe it was a fourth. I don't remember exactly now. It's past my memory, but I played the wrong note, and he like looks at like, and then he
Yeah.
gets up. So it was a bit
He,
embarrassing there.
he took a life ring and tossed it out, and he's like,
Yeah, and he came in soon as well, which was so. And then yeah, I think it was honestly funny for the audience to see that as well. It was funny for me to. I see the lighthearted part of that as well instead of just being embarrassed. But
yeah, yeah, and it's like it's not as easy as it looks, and that's
no, for
okay.
sure not. Like I think it's much easier when the choir is done for you and it's ready to go, and you can just raise the third and the fifth up, and then the first, and then the
Yeah,
third and the fifth again, and just keep going. I think that's probably a bit easier. But then when you're actually starting the choir, especially without a perfect pitch or anything like that, with my guitar and no mic, I just thought that was really difficult.
yeah.
I thought it would have been a lot easier before I got up there, and then I was schooled when I got up there. I was like, oh, it's a lot harder than I think it was.
You
Jacob,
can't have your
could you help
cake
me
and
out?
eat it too.
Yeah, exactly,
But
exactly.
you had you, but you got to play it. You nailed all the parts. The band came in, and I don't think it gets any better than that.
Yeah, I can't ask for too much. That was honestly just perfect as it was.
How can people find you? I know your Instagram handle, but you also you're on TikTok, and you're gonna start making
I
some
made a
other video
TikTok
content.
I made a TikTok just because people were like posting about me, so I thought I may as well make a TikTok and put a
Oh, so
comment
that's
down.
brand new.
That's brand new, yeah. But
Okay.
the Instagram Mert Boyali Music, MERTBOYALI. But I haven't had time to actually post on it, so I've like nothing there. And so if Jacob posts anything about that night, because the media team came up to me and they got my headcam footage,
Yeah.
they wanted that, and I gave them my Instagram handle as well in case they wanted to tag me or anything, you know.
Oh, okay. Because they walked you off stage,
hmm
and then you.
They came up and they got a photo with me with the sign because they hadn't had that before,
Okay.
and then they asked me to email the footage to them, which I did.
So cool. So
It was
I
so
mean,
fun.
I
Yeah,
can't say that
I had
enough.
a blast.
You
And
like
Jacob's
it.
such a warm character as well.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he's just so nice. Yeah, And it's someone I aspire to be like, you know, just be a
I
nice
agree.
person. Yeah,
Aspire to, yeah, it's like somebody, it's not just about what he knows and what he can do, it's who he is.
yeah, exactly. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know we've already gone longer than I intended to keep you, and I
That's
know
fine.
you've got to go to work today, and pretty soon I gotta have dinner and go to bed.
Yes, it's late there
I'm glad we've both had a really significant moment.
with Jacob.
Yeah,
What a lovely person.
yeah,
I find this harder and harder to find that type of love in the world, which is,
people that
I mean,
embody
you surround
that.
yourself with people who, yeah, people who embody that, and just like, just artists who are really nice. Like I find, um, not just even artists, just people that are really nice. You know, some
Yeah,
people are just self-centered, and I mean, yeah, in today's world, at least, from what I can see.
well, it's that being don't be cool, be warm.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. That'd be cool people.
I'm
Yes, I
I'm
know this.
I'm curious to see all the things that come out in the other any compilations of videos, because that headcam video is like the view that everybody wants of
I know.
like
Everyone's been messaging
of
and waiting for
pretending
it,
it's
and
you, pretending it's us going, yes, here I am. So that's some pretty unique footage to be able to see through your eyes, so to speak.
What instrument would you like to play?
Can I play guitar?
Guitar?
Yes, D-A-E, A-E.
Oh, you want to play this guitar?
Can I?
5 strings.
Would you let me?
Be gentle, be gentle.
I will, don't worry.
This is a very special one. This is the guitar that the whole original song was recorded.
Seriously?
I trust you completely. I trust you. There you go.
I think it's when it comes out, it'll be fun to let everyone see that.
Yeah.
I might just post the full thing up unfiltered, like uncut, on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the thing is, no matter what, if they release something, no matter whatever else comes out, it's kind of like people. It's like the uncut version of just seeing that is so unique. That's like we've all seen a view of people on stage, of anybody on stage from the audience. You know, not everyone knows what it looks like. So not only did you do it, and going back to the whole intro, the audience choir, you know, like to hear what that sounds like from that perspective.
Yeah.
Not that
Oh, it sounded
necessarily
like
that we're
a
going to hear all of that in the same way that you experienced it from the video, but like you kind of you ticked all the boxes.
I'm really glad I have the camera on me. That was such a nice thing to have.
Good foresight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to chat again sometime. I know you do private lessons, so maybe I'll get one from
Yeah.
you sometime.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to Tom Thumb. I'm actually, because of this Life for Days album, it's made me write my own acoustic album. So that'll be out as well sometime soon. So I've been,
So wait, you just got this guitar.
I
You heard the
literally just,
record, you got the guitar, and now
Yeah.
you're writing an album.
yeah, for a quartet and me. So it'll be a
Okay.
quartet, a band, like, have you also heard Hosier's music as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hosier album, self-titled album, as well as a huge inspiration. So it's like a quartet, a band, and then me on an acoustic guitar.
Okay. Vocals are all instrumental.
Vocals will be me as well. So I've been taking vocal lessons as well.
All right.
But I think that'll be another 6 months until that's out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a long,
Not 4 days.
long. Not 4 days. No, I think I'm gonna take my time with this one.
Well, it almost lines up with Jacob recording the album in 4 days. It's in a way you like learned that song in the better part of 4 days, and then
You
got the
recorded
chance-
that album in 4 days?
Yeah,
What?
he recorded it in 4 days.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. He was saying, I think he said something about that. I just completely forgot about it.
That's the story we've gotten. That it's 4 days between tours, and decided to make a
Yeah.
record.
But thank you for the interview. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for your time. And again, we've gone almost twice as long as I thought we might. And but a real pleasure to talk with you. And I'm excited to see what you're going to do next. And you know, ride this wave emotionally, and you know, just like the great feedback that you've been getting ever since
Absolutely.
the Sydney concert. So good luck to you. And we'll be talking again in one fashion or another.
Thank you very much.
My friends who showed up.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
All right. So long.